By most
30
people's reckoning, the courts here are playing a little quicker than normal. That will help Hewitt?
That will help Hewitt, yeah. He was born and raised on fast hard courts and fast grass courts.
40 love.
The quicker the better.
Again, Hewitt.
I was going to say that's a game that will steady the nerves. I'm not sure if Hewitt feels nerves anymore, but probably does a bit.
Everyone does. Stepping out of Wimbledon center court is always special. So I've always found it important for myself to steady the nerves in the first couple of games. You don't want to go for something crazy, just want to play solid grass court tennis. So Leighton Hewitt winning the first game at Love is a good sign for him.
Again, Monfils to serve.
Hewitt very positive earlier.
Love 15.
Worked really hard on his conditioning. Could be a more aggressive player. Yes, again it's Hewitt who goes for the move. We're going to see a lot of rallies like that. Monfils very content just to play the ball back.
Love 30.
But there's the slip. A lot of people slipping this year at Wimbledon. The courts are pretty bare behind the baseline.
15-30.
First point of the match for the young Frenchman. Here to serve an ace.
Hewitt will be very happy with the way this is going. 2 break points. You never know when he's going to break out of the mold of defense with Monfils. He's so difficult to pick.
I believe sometimes he doesn't know himself. That makes him even more unpredictable. Very instinctive player. Very emotional. Even on the second serve, he went for it down the center, 114 miles.
Deuce.
On break points down, that's not usually shot selection.
Advantage, Monfils.
134 miles an hour.
Deuce.
Had to pick it up by his shoelaces.
Advantage, Monfils.
He's got a dangerous first serve. A very powerful yet very well positioned to the corners. Difficult return.
Again, Monfils.
Yes, Monfils will be happy. Hewitt trying to work him. Had the chances, but Monfils survives.
1 game all first sets.
A couple of really explosive shots on the forehand from Monfils.
Yes, he has a very big backswing and puts a lot of topspin on the ball. That's why his favorite surface is clay. But on a good day, he can really smack the tennis ball and gets lots of acceleration. Hewitt is taking a lot of pace off that first serve, only 104 miles.
Been a lot of talk about the fitness of Mahut and Isner. But Monfils is an embodiment of the modern athlete in tennis. Look at those muscles. And Monfils says if he wasn't a tennis player, he'd have been a basketball player, and he'd have been a good one.
And I believe him. First time the Australian dropped a point on his serve.
Hewitt leads 2 games to 1 for sets.
Both these guys have gone through coaches like a dose of salts. I think Monfils has had 5 coaches. Hewitt's had 7, and one of them this guy who coached him from January 2003 to January 2007, Roger Rashid, and now coaches Monfils. So there'd have been plenty of information going Monfils' way, and they couldn't be more different characters to coach. Hewitt, you know, a workhorse, and Roger Rashid and Gael Monfils, well, such a dilettante type play. You never know what to expect. He obviously does his work, gym work, but mentally he's in and out of matches, and Hewitt's never out of matches, Boris.
Very true, and it's a very challenging task for a coach to coach 2 totally different, characters and tennis players as such, and even personalities. And Leighton Hewitt is more of the Australian
Find your seats quickly,
group
please.
of people, very solid, friendly, and Gael Monfils is more flashy. He's, not only
Seats,
likes
please.
basketball,
Ready
he
for
likes poker. He likes everything that a young 23-year-old likes.
Not necessarily designed to be a Wimbledon winner. There's Beck, Hewitt's wife, who's pregnant.
Oh, again,
Yep.
Excellent.
Third child expected in December.
Excellent. The challenge for any coach is really to steady this young man down, focus him on foundation.
Love.
Because I remember talking to Monfils before, years ago, and they said, oh, my coaches, they want me to be more aggressive. They don't understand. I'm a rat. I play like a rat. I'm all over the place.
I just got to find out what's best for him, and then
30-15.
In my opinion, he's got all the shots in the book. You know, he's a great playmaker, very acrobatic, good big first serve. Lacking sometimes the basics of tennis, just sometimes hit the ball back.
Hear the groans in the audience. There's quite a few Aussies here.
Again, Monfils.
There they are. They're called the Fanatics, and they follow Hewitt almost wherever he plays. They can make quite a racket.
Oh, how do they do it? Does Leighton pay for the air tickets or plane tickets or train?
No, apparently not, because that was the assumption. But
yeah.
He was very at pains to point out that there's no sponsorship. They do it out of their own wallets.
Real fans then.
Another slip. And with his
15.
record of injuries, he has to be so careful.
I just thought out of the corner of my eye that was more of a clay court slide. That's what he does at the courts at Roland Garros.
But
he slides on clay, on hard court, on grass.
Well, and some better than others. Hard courts, it's kind of dangerous.
That's for sure.
Hewitt keeping him guessing.
Again, Hewitt.
No leeway at all from Monfils on the Hewitt serve.
Hewitt leads 3-2 first set. Time. Please find your seats quickly. Thank you.
On serve, 2-3.
15 love. Love.
It's very much an Andy Roddick-like serve, isn't it? The feet are almost tied together.
Similar arm motion as well. Quite short. Was caught on the back foot after a great U return.
Hewitt starting to nag away at him.
Well, Hewitt is standing very much on the baseline, and Monfils is 3-4 feet behind. So it's a question of time when Monfils is going to make the mistake.
Shots in his hammer.
Three games off first set.
That's just sublime lob.
And it makes it difficult to play against him because he really doesn't have a weakness. He can come up with amazing shots out of his arsenal. Whether it's a delicate backhand topspin lob or a drop shot or an ace or a running forehand down the line. Sometimes it's the simple shots that bother Monfils.
Yeah, just keeping him off balance, and Monfils reacting a little slowly there. There are similar points that Hewitt's winning now.
That is well played by Leighton.
40 love.
Judging his opponent first out wide on his serve and attacks the open court.
That brought up a little squeal from Monfils. His hand didn't go down to favour his knee, which it did in his last match, constant.
Yeah, and he wants please. Hewitt leads 4-3 first sets.
Monfils, a brilliant junior. Won here in 2004, won 3 Grand Slam junior titles in 1 year. And this serve was one of the main things that got him there.
Did the best ever since Stefan Edberg, who happened to win all 4 junior Grand Slam tournaments in 1 year. But that's his trademark shot, his big first serve. With a frame of 6 foot and 4 inches, it's a pretty natural thing to do.
But it is a vulnerable frame. The injuries, he's had injuries to his right wrist, his left wrist, his right shoulder, his left hamstring, and his right ankle. Added to which he has a thing called Osgood-Schlatter's disease, which is inflammation of the kneecap, which can flare up at any time, and he has constant problems with his knees.
Well, that's not good testament for a young tennis player who hasn't played all the many years he'd on a professional tour. That's his real weakness. Then it's not so much his shots, but his body. Obviously, he puts his body through a lot during a match, a lot of sliding and jumping. But that's how he plays. So there's a price he has to pay for that.
So new balls. No break so far.
Love 15.
Too good an approach. And now Hewitt's threatening.
Love 30.
Again, another typical grass court point.
That's poor. And it's put him in big trouble now. Because Hewitt has 3 break points, and if he gets one of them, of course, he'll serve for the single. Miles an hour out wide.
And Hewitt was diving for that service return. That's the first.
15-40.
Huh. Actually do it at the net, but not on a service return.
Even you didn't do it on return.
Not even me.
Out it is. Is he going to challenge this? No, he's not. Hewitt's got the break and leads 5-3.
Hewitt leads 5 games to 3 first sets.
You always had the feel that Hewitt was the better player so far anyway. But a break means nothing if you cannot hold serve afterwards, especially serving for the set.
Slip from Monfils. It doesn't push him losing the rally, but it won't help his confidence in his movement.
15 love.
Again, he plays a little bit too far behind the baseline, where it's still very green and lush and just a bit moist.
Yes, he was changing his mind there. Suddenly realized it was going to be pretty close. 2 points from the set. He had gone for the challenge. He'd have got it, Monfils. Very unlike Hewitt, that shot.
It's true, but I really like
30-15.
the position of Leighton Hewitt. He really controls the center of the court. He stands on the baseline and makes Monfils run left to right and left to right, really controlling the tempo. But it was an unforced error, the last one.
That is very surprising. I was going to say there's one guy, apart from Rafa Nadal, that you don't want to go into baseline rallies against. It's Leighton Hewitt, but twice he's let himself down here.
Maybe that's the difference between the Hewitt now and the Hewitt from 5 years ago.
Big serve, 123 miles an hour, and here is set point for the Aussie. It's in the corner, and he's won the set.
Six games to 3.
Monfils looking up at his camp, and I don't know if he's worrying about his footing, because again in that last rally he missed his footing, and you've got to be spot with the game he plays. He's got to be spot on.
Yeah, but who is to blame? Is it the shoes? Is it his positioning, weak ankles? Maybe a combination of everything. And the fact of the matter is he's standing way too far behind the baseline, and that's where it's slippery. Remember, it's a grass court. It's not a clay court or hard court. There's certain rules you have to obey. And he used to lose standing always around the baseline, looking for his way to come in and finishing a difficult forehand volley. He was stretched out wide, but he had the momentum going for him, so very positive play by the Australian.
His whole career has been stretched, hasn't it? And it was phenomenal when he got to #1 in the world, when you think of the game he had, and he dominated the world of tennis for a couple of years.
Yeah, you can see how tough mental guy this he is. It's doesn't have the biggest of serves, he doesn't have the biggest of forehands, but he's got a mind and a heart of a lion. You know, if there's ever a fight in the bar, you want Leighton into your corner.
Absolutely,
because he's not going to back off.
His favourite movies are Rocky movies, but I tell you, if he won Wimbledon this year, it would be like Rocky
Second
10
set,
revisited.
Monfils to serve. Pots. And
the bad news for Monfils is that I think Hewitt can get better than this, and yet he's winning it comfortably.
It's true, but it always takes two, and I don't think Monfils is playing his best either.
Fascinating to know if he will alter his plan.
Yeah, but I don't think he has any. I don't think he has any idea yet how he wants to play this grass court match against Leighton Hewitt here. He goes for the big shot.
30-15.
Goes for the occasional big forehand, but the rest is just hitting the ball back without any real purpose.
Hammer blow, 129 out wide. There's Guy Forget, key part of the French setup. Played plenty of big matches himself. Supporting Monfils here.
Again, Monfils.
Boris, it's fascinating what you say, and I absolutely believe what you said, that I don't know that there's a plan in Gael Monfils' head, and yet presumably he and Roger Rashid would have, before this match, would have sorted out some kind of game plan, but when he gets out on court, is he sticking to it?
Well, I think at times he's sticking to it, otherwise he wouldn't be ranked in the top 20, sometimes in the top 10 in the world, but obviously his mind wanders sometimes and he doesn't follow instructions. He wants to do it his own way.
Plenty of animated discussion there. Here's Hewitt. Love one.
Hewitt is challenging the call on the left center service line. The ball was called out.
Very close. He took a little time before he wanted to challenge. This may just have clipped the line. It has.
15-love. Love.
Again, a good setup, a perfect second serve, hit out wide, and then the follow through backhand down the line, leading forward. That's how you play on grass.
Love.
It's just not happening for Monfils. Yet.
Well, he's a fiery player. He loves the big stage. He loves to get the spectators involved and everything. The more crazy, the better he gets. But at the moment, it's all a little bit too quiet for him.
Yes, I was talking to some French journalists about the difference between Tsonga and Monfils, and they're saying, yeah, they're both good to watch. They're both extrovert characters, but Tsonga wants to win. This guy wants to entertain. And at the moment, he's not able to get the crowd involved. One of the biggest crowds you can get in the whole of tennis, and yet they're quiet.
15-love.
Not that he doesn't want to win, but entertaining is very much at the forefront of his DNA. And Hewitt's giving him no opportunity.
15-on.
Hewitt has a very clear game plan. He knows what to do. He knows how to win the points.
2 hip operations, but he still moves pretty well. That was a shot, that backhand down the line, wasn't it?
15-13.
Yeah, that was the right setup, but Monfils' volley was obviously way too long. Against such a fast move as Hewitt, that's just an invite.
30-all.
Monfils is holding on with his big serve. That's it.
Back-to-back aces. Look at him. Only a wheel still at the age of 29.
Again, Monfils.
So Monfils 2-1, but a set down.
Monfils leads 2-1, second set, first set Hewitt. Time.
Where Gael Monfils needs a lift here. The one break so far, which helped Hewitt to the first set. It's still Hewitt pushing the buttons.
15-love.
Yeah, very much man in control. But the danger is that still on serve, nothing really happened besides the fact that he won the first set. So, and I'm sure this man's going to get better the longer the match will last.
30-love.
It's always a danger on grass that, you know, you are better, but you cannot break the other guy's serve, and then you know what happens. Thinking about the longest match,
yes.
You know, eventually you got to break the opponent's serve. Doesn't matter how good you play.
Yep. Yeah, I always had the feeling Mo was going to win that match.
We all did.
Love.
Turner's back on that. That won't go down too well. If he wants to entertain the crowd, he's got to stop doing that.
2 all second sets.
He was, to all intents and purposes, out of the rally, but we don't really want to see this.
Well, it was 4-11 in the game, but obviously that's not the greatest of attitudes.
Love 15.
Frustration is building.
Love 30.
But it was actually one of the few rallies Monfils did the right thing, you know, taking a bit of a chance, controlling the baseline rally, just overhitting the last forehand, but the right way forward.
It's typical Hewitt. Monfils, in fact, didn't need to play the ball on his backhand. It was going out. But isn't that typical Hewitt? This one here
Love 40.
was absolutely going out. And isn't that absolute Hewitt?
And you'd actually thought that Monfils was going to follow that to the net and he was going to go for a passing shot.
First break point save.
15-40.
Will the serve save the Frenchman again?
Box.
Yeah, late call, but it I think was the right one. No challenge.
$30-40.
Took a chance and missed.
And this point right now could set the tone for the match. Setting the breakdown. Take a heck of a lot of coming back from.
Deuce.
That's not vintage Hewitt. Well played.
That's what I was talking about.
Advantage Monfils.
Gotta break your opponent's serve, doesn't matter how.
And Monfils.
There's a difficult screen from Monfils.
Monfils leads 3 games to 2, second set.
Leighton Hewitt spending a lot of his time just on the baseline or just inside. Monfils way back, and we've got a BBC Hawkeye graphic showing exactly that. See the Monfils rally hit point.
Well, and that's really the key for every successful tennis player. You want to control the center of the court. You do it by staying as close to the baseline as possible. One of the great examples of it is Andre Agassi. He was controlling even on the return of serve the baseline, and that's the key. It's just a much faster time, recovery time. If you want to come to the net, you just have a few yards to cover. So but on the clay court, some of the successful players are standing way beyond, and that's Monfils' best surface. I think that's where he gets caught on the grass courts, is that, you know, the change of strategy and positioning hasn't really sunk in yet. You mentioned earlier that he never reached beyond the third round. Now maybe we know why.
Her Majesty not here today, but still a hot ticket. And Jones there, a former champion. Talking to Virginia Wade, who was alongside Anne yesterday, and she said it is a fantastic place to watch tennis from. You've been there, Boris?
I couldn't agree with her more.
So Hewitt 2-3.
$15 love. Nets for serve.
The fascinating stat that we had just up before that last point. We talked about Monfils and the damage he can create behind his first serve. Hewitt hasn't dropped a point behind his first serve yet in the match. 18 out of 18.
But I see a little bit more movement. The French legs, he's more active, he's jumping around, he's more energetic. It seems like he's getting into his groove.
A lack of patience, surely there.
30 on.
But I think the warning signs are on the Hewitt camp. They realize that Monfils is ready to fight now.
Oh! Again, Hewitt controlling the point.
40-30.
Very solid performance by the Australian. Knows exactly what to do on this center court.
Nets for serve.
Good try.
And Hewitt.
Hewitt responding
3 games,
to the
12
challenge.
seconds.
He'll try anything.
love.
A chic head on.
on.
Well played. Just a sense, as Boris was hinting earlier on, that Monfils is starting to turn the match around a bit. Can you make it count? Great response from the Australian.
30 on.
Got quick legs and a quick brain too. Monfils runs practically everything down, but he wasn't getting into this.
40-30. Yeah, and Monfils.
Yeah, he likes that, Roger
You
Rashid.
both, please.
4-3.
Monfils leads 4-3 second set. First set, Hewitt. Time.
Just one thing, Boris. You were talking about clothing just now with a hat. I saw you on TV the other day with a German tracksuit top on. I take it you won't be wearing that tomorrow when you come in here?
It was actually my good luck charm because it was the original tracksuit of the last time Germany won the World Cup in 1990. One of the players, my friends, and he gave it to me for remembering it. So whenever there's a big German match on, I'll be wearing it. Guess what I'm going to do on Sunday?
Fine. Good to know. I forget who you beat then.
No, but isn't it wonderful on the only day off in Wimbledon?
Yeah.
We get to see the greatest match of all.
The match, of course, live on the BBC on Sunday, and they're projected that this could be the highest audience ever on TV to watch the match. Is it the same in Germany?
Very much the case in Germany. In our last match, we had almost 30 million, and that's just a few thousand below the record. So I'm sure on Sunday it'll be broken.
Love.
Every now and again, he just has to make shots like that.
Maybe even to keep his energy level up. Otherwise he gets a little bored and flat on his feet and just not energetic at all. You keep serving that wide serve. Very successful.
Yeah, got some purchase on that.
40-15.
Just a moment there where Monfils just faded and favoured his knee.
4 games all, second set.
But it is 4 games all. Just when he turned round here and just there, with little concern. But look at the upper body. Look at the muscles there.
A beautiful elbow. The arm follow through. Just a very, very excellent technique. Obviously the muscles help the cause, but it's all starting with the right technique.
Even there, I think that was going wide, but he has to take it off.
15 love.
He is a show pony. Oh.
15 on.
It's what you call a bad bounce.
See where it landed. Right on the line.
Maybe just get it off.
30-15.
He's a little iffy back there, but he's not really prepared.
(40-15).
But again, Monfils is holding on to his serve. Very strong first and second delivery. And that opens up a whole new dimension for him. Let's not forget that Hewitt has one of the best returns in the game, so even more impressive.
Yeah, that was Monfils' quickest serve in the match so far. 136 miles an hour. Still it came back. No problem for Hewitt. And it better be good from now on in for Monfils.
Deuce. Advantage, Monfils.
Even quicker, 138. Not a bad looking volley from Monfils.
Monfils leads 5-4, second set, first set Hewitt.
You mentioned that Monfils is a man of inspiration. I think he got a little bit of inspiration when he saved those break points in the 5th game, and from then on his game has kicked on a little bit.
Oh, very much so. Every player needs a moment where you come down from break points down, and that's really good for you, for your mind, especially when you're struggling in the first set, you're losing, you need something to happen in your favor. And ever since the moment he came back with the back-to-back aces, he's a different player. He's more energetic. He's revitalized in a way. He started to play even better from the back of the court. And it's 5-4. He just wants to get in the tiebreaker with this big serve. Anything can happen. Once it's at all, it's an open match. So that's what he's thinking.
Time.
That's why grass court tennis is very physical, obviously, but also very mental. Is that you are the better player, but if you can't break the opponent's serve, you're going to go to the tiebreaker. Anything can happen, and then it's difficult for your mind to accept that you lose the set even though you won more points if you're the better player.
So Hewitt serving to stay in the second set. We've only been going an hour. No wonder Hewitt's wrong footing him all the time because of all this slipping.
15 love.
But you'd have to win the point twice over again. And that's... Now, we criticized Monfils before. Now we should applaud him for trying it until the end.
$30 love.
Late, very solid still. First of percentage, he's at 60%. He only lost 1 point of his first serve.
Total command.
Five games all, second set.
But he still has to break Monfils. So once in the first set.
He's had many chances in the second set. Twice the last 40.
$15 love. $30 love.
14th ace.
$40 love.
Yeah. The big shots are starting to work now for Monfils.
Monfils leads 6 games to 5, second set, first set Hewitt.
So still with serve. Monfils ever threatening now. Let's have a look at this. Hewitt hitting it smack in the center, but look at the reaction of the ball.
Beautiful camera angle. Yeah, and we talked about the server late. Hewitt is not the tallest of men. I don't think he's over 6 feet. In fact, I think he's a lot shorter. But he's got a beautiful technique. He's using his legs the right way. He has very good placement. And it's not all about power and size. A lot more about brain and heart.
Time.
And I'm always going to call it a heat wave here in London these days. SW19 has been hot every day. No complaints from my part, but some of the people I'm sure are sunburned by now. I tell all my friends to bring sunscreen. They want to come to Wimbledon. They don't believe me. And ever since we have the roof, the weather's been amazing.
That's true.
Murphy's Law.
Murphy's Law. Boris. He wasn't German, was he, Murphy?
No, I think it was
15
American.
love.
Again here, nothing too fancy. Set up the point with the first serve again.
30 love.
Not too hard, 109 miles an hour, but very precise into the corner. That's how he likes it.
$30-15.
Not far away, but Hewitt saw it out too.
First double fault.
Now then, two very unlike Hewitt moments there. Double fault, simple forehand into the net.
30 on.
Can Monfils seize his chance?
The first sign of weakness by the Australian. The wrong time.
But he made up for it with a volley.
40-30.
Fantastic.
And Hewitt.
Hewitt out of trouble and into a tiebreaker we go.
6 games all second sets, tiebreak. Both players receive one additional challenge.
Close examination of the Monfils muscles, and look at them.
But the way it's going, I don't think he's really bothered by it. I think maybe because of an old injury, just wants to protect the knee a bit more.
Hewitt.
Suddenly a double from each guy.
Usually in a tiebreaker, I would always favor the better server than the better returner.
Oh. What is going on here?
It's called mind games.
Just watch out for the cameraman here.
Oh! That one hurt.
Bullseye. Indeed.
Monfils.
And all of a sudden, the Frenchman has a mini break in the tiebreaker. That is nose in front.
That's first serve.
Well, it's interesting what you said about tiebreaker, and you prefer the better server in the breaker, because the better server up until the last 10 minutes or so has been Hewitt.
Yeah.
Now it's Monfils.
Monfils is challenging the call on the left far side.
Well, Hewitt shielded my view of that, so I can't be sure. It might be close.
Certainly a very important point in the match.
It may just have got the line. Oh, it did. Oh. How important might that
be? And he's winning the crowd over.
Replay the points.
That's where he wants to be. He just needs another big serve. And
3-1 Monfils. Thank you.
And he needs the crowd.
Oh. 3-2 Monfils.
Out of those 4 points in the tiebreaker, 4 have been double faults.
Go an hour and 10 minutes with no doubles, and now they can't find the target. Was it on?
3-on.
Well, you mentioned earlier he's lacking patience, and that's one of those shots where it didn't need to go all out. He needed to just hit it back one more time because he wasn't positioned right. Taking a little break here to change over. Most guys just walk through, but these two gentlemen take their time.
And Jake Garner giving them some leeway. It's a hot, hot day. And this is a pretty important moment. Great shot. He can get this set. He will have the crowd with him. He could be in for a treat.
Four, 3 Hewitt.
Yeah, Hewitt dominating from the return.
Five, 3 Hewitt.
And Hewitt really taking his time, toweling off, making Monfils wait. And made no difference.
5-4 Hewitt.
16 aces to 2, but it won't matter a jot if Monfils can't get these serves back. Hewitt 2 points from a 2-set lead.
Again, Hewitt stepping inside the baseline.
6-4 Hewitt.
Monfils too far behind it.
The first of 2 set points.
Whoa!
astonishing. You mentioned the Hewitt of 2001, 2002.
6-5.
He wouldn't have missed a
Hewitt.
shot like that at that time.
No, he wouldn't have gone for it immediately. He would have gone to the net. A little hesitant, maybe a little tentative even. He knows who's that's allowed. The match is his.
Second set point, this time on the Monfils serve.
That could be expensive.
6-all.
2 makeable points for Hewitt. But he lets Monfils back. Again, those two taking their time. I find it astonishing. But the match one having a drink, the other one toweling off, just all the time in the world. Still not on court.
Sometimes this time stuff is token. 20 seconds between points. Occasionally a warning. Never anymore. And hasn't it turned around now? Because it's set point for Monfils.
7-6, Monfils.
And second serve again.
Oh. 7-all.
It's been an absorbing tiebreaker, but it hasn't been particularly well played.
Look at that jump of Monfils. Mentioned basketball player. That I believe him now. But he'd rather should have hit the forehand in. 7-all.
Some shots from Hewitt in this breaker that you just can't contemplate.
8-7, Monfils.
And now Monfils has got a second set point on his serve. The first volley wasn't good enough.
It was the right idea coming in second serve, but the volley was just
8-all.
not good. But credit to Hewitt, he put the ball back, gave it another try. 8-all.
Nine 8, Monfils.
Could have done without a point to go. Set point number 3 for Monfils. Well, it was a passive rally until that final shot. He gambled then.
Nine all.
Monfils just happy hitting the ball back, letting you do all the work and all the deserved point for him. Still the same tiebreaker though. Nothing really has happened. It's only 9 all. Couple set points now for each player.
Again, it's Hewitt who makes the move. 25-shot rally.
(10-9) Hewitt.
So set point number 3 for the Australian.
The wife's happy. It's always important.
Said with feeling, Boris. His 2 sets to the good. It wasn't the best breaker he's played in his life, but it's
Hewitt leads by 2
his.
sets to love.
And no bookings here. Not yet, anyway. Wasn't the best tiebreaker he's played by a long, long shot, Leighton Hewitt, but importantly, he's won it.
Well, that's the key. He played almost a little nervous. He was the better player in the second set overall, but he couldn't take his chances. He couldn't convert all the 6 break points he had in the set, and then he had 2 running set points in the tiebreak. Started to play it really careful. Only at the end of the tiebreaker he started to play his old self, controlling the rallies. On the other hand, you saw how Monfils, he stayed in the match, stayed in the tiebreaker with his big serve. He was 1 point away from a set all. So, but now everything all is in favor of Leighton Hewitt. Just needs to win another set to be in the 4th round for the 7th consecutive time.
Hewitt to serve.
And Monfils on the other side wants to prolong his stay. in England. And funny enough, after long tiebreakers like that, and very emotional ones, the first game or two is key, because most often the concentration drops and your commitments to your shots drop as well.
And in that respect, Boris, you'd expect a lot from Hewitt, because concentration's his calling card.
Yeah, he's been in situations like this many times before. He knows that first couple of games in the third set would be key. And he keeps to his routine. He's been serving out wide onto the Monfils forehand all match long. Why should he change now?
Foot called. Seen very little of that from Monfils.
40-15.
There was almost a desperation shot, that backhand down the line at 40 love.
Dan Hewitt.
No letdown from Hewitt.
First game, third set.
Stamford Bridge. I want to talk football with you, Boris, but
They are the champions. Let's talk about them. They had a quite interesting season. Lots of off-court activities in their club.
a certain Mr. Ballack was playing pretty well, but you haven't got him on Sunday.
No, he in fact is not living far away from me here, so he's got the house for sale outside. He's moving back to Germany. Leverkusen, I hear. Leverkusen.
Is that right? Oh, well played. You know Michael Ballack well, Boris?
Yeah, very nice guy. Real
30 love.
class act. You know, obviously very experienced player for the club and country. He wants to play 2 more years in Leverkusen.
So would Germany be a better player with him playing in the side?
Oh, definitely. He's our most capped, most successful, and especially in later stages in tournaments, sometimes need a bit of experience to get you through.
Hewitt very alert.
40-15.
He was going for the one-handed bandit. Instead, he went for the drop shot.
Game Monfils. One game all, third set.
But very solid hold by the Frenchman. Expected him to be more in trouble, but he kept his concentration. That means we should be in for another good set of tennis.
Correction, was good replay the points.
And that's tough on Monfils because he'd won the point really.
Yeah, but good reaction by the umpire. He could have waited for another challenge. We all saw the ball was in.
Yeah. Good to see a proactive umpire. No. It's a bad initial call. Yeah, well reached.
I wonder how many times Hewitt serve on the deuce side on the Monfils forehand. It must have been 8 out of 10 serves. And I see Monfils mixing up the game a little bit, coming in more, a few drop shots, a few backhand slice. He's trying to do something else. Back on that forehand. Leighton sticks to his game plan. Very solid performance. Nothing too spectacular, but very solid grass court tennis.
Lined it up, but the miss gives Monfils just a sniff here. Never thought I'd see a stat with Hewitt with more unforced errors than Monfils. Another chance.
40-30.
Yeah, very makeable forehand passing shot from Monfils. He really had Hewitt where he wanted him to be, but he's not converting.
Next, first serve. Game, Hewitt, new balls, please. Hewitt leads 2-1, third set, and by 2 sets to love.
As the ball crusher, it's Leighton Hewitt's serve. It has been a very difficult year for him, and a year that probably got him at the crossroads of his career. Played the Australian Open and it didn't work. His hip was bad. He went in for a second operation just after the Australian Open, and he didn't get back to tennis until April. Didn't win back-to-back matches until Roland Garros, so it was hardly ideal preparation. And then he goes to Halle and wins the tournament.
And he really started having hip problems after last year's championship in Wimbledon. Remember him playing his last match, the 4th round defeat. Went straight back to Australia, had a surgery done, and was out for 6 months and really tried to come back to Australian Open. And as you said, he had another one done right after, and it's difficult, you know. One of his strongest part of his game is his footwork, meaning his hip really has to work, and you know, taking this away from him, it's almost a miracle for him to come back. And now he goes to Halle. He beats Roger Federer for the first time in 16 matches. I mean, here we go.
Yeah. That must have been great, because he was Federer's pigeon.
Yeah.
And he's had some awful losses to him in the past, and some really humbling losses.
Yeah, I remember in the old days when Vitas Gerulaitis lost to Ivan Lendl 18 times, and then beat him finally the 19th time. He said nobody beats Vitas Gerulaitis 19 times in a row.
Thank you.
Leighton Hewitt could have said the same thing about Roger Federer.
The roof's moving, but don't worry. It's just to give some shade.
Net first serve.
The roof's opening or closing?
Just closing a little to give a little bit more shade.
Love 15.
Yeah. Thankfully all in the shade now.
Nets first serve.
I understand.
Wow. Just a bit too clever.
Love 30.
And it might be an expensive mistake, because Hewitt poised here. Look at that percentage from Hewitt at the net.
15-38.
But we've been here before. Monfils trailing on his serve, and then bam. Too good, says Hewitt.
30.
Well, that was a real opening for Hewitt actually, but Monfils reacted instinctively.
30-40.
So it's break point.
That's the Hewitt corner. He must be feeling something. And Monfils acknowledges them with a thumbs up.
Great to see. And listen to the cheers.
Deuce.
And look at that. He reacts to the Australian chant like that, and then a terrific rally. Wasn't a good slice.
Advantage Hewitt.
At this point in the game, after an excellent breakpoint save, very careless shot by Monfils.
Didn't that reaction from Roger Rashid say it all? He must be a nightmare to coach. Sailing away, and Hewitt has him by the throat right now.
Hewitt leads 3-1, third sets.
And he knows that was a important break. Look at his chin moving forward. There's lots of fire underneath the cool and collected outside. Nice play, using the whole court, beautiful angle, stepping in on the back end.
15-love.
He's feeling something now.
Still trying things. But he's running out of time to make them work now.
And as a player that's really running away with the match now, it's a difficult moment where you sense the opponent is running out of answers. And you, on the other hand, have to continue to play solid, not thinking too much ahead, just taking 1 point at a time.
30-15.
Rather snatched at that.
Very solid serving performance by Hewitt. Good percentage.
So accomplished at the front court. It's 4-1.
Hewitt leads 4-1, third sets, and by 2 sets to love.
The old familiar signs. And he has achieved so much in his career, and they've watched it develop. 2 Grand Slam titles. He's Australia's all-time most successful player in the Davis Cup. That's, when you think of who they've had, that is some record. The big question is, can he get back to anything like his ranking before? He's never going to be #1 in the world again, but
no.
But top 10?
Well, I think that's realistically his aim. If you would have asked me that question before Haaland beat Federer in the final, I would have denied it, but the way he's playing also this week and this match today, I believe very much. If he stays healthy, he needs now is a good 6 months of playing. After Wimbledon, we're going to go to the hard courts. I think that's a good surface for Leighton Hewitt. If he gets together a string of good tournaments, Grand Slam, quarterfinals, semi-finalists, I think it's possible for him.
so much of his life has been odds against. No one ever thought he would be #1 in the world.
Yeah.
And even a year ago, as you were saying, people said, no, it's the end of his career.
Yeah, but never underestimate a heart of a champion. Whoever has been #1 in the world, a Wimbledon champion, and they're made out of a different material.
15 love.
And some of that material, Monfils could do with.
That's not the Eiffel Tower.
In
case Monfils gets a little homesick.
We just thought we'd test you, Boris. He's in danger of fading out of this, Monfils.
Very much so. He's losing patience. He's going for broke now. He's like a wounded animal.
Out. 40-30.
No. James tried too much.
Deuce.
As he said earlier, he's playing for the crowd now. That wasn't to win the game. That was to get a big round of applause.
Advantage, Monfils.
And Hewitt couldn't care tuppence about applause. All he wants is the win. And he's storming towards it.
Deuce.
Out.
Advantage, Monfils.
Again, the backhand return. He started to Hewitt off the second serve.
Game, Monfils.
Better serving, but it may be too late. Certainly the expression of his
Hewitt leads 4 games to 2.
contingent would make you believe that.
Love.
No challenge, he just makes a belated look up to his box, but they say don't get involved.
Well, I heard that no coaching is allowed.
Is that right? Yeah.
Next for serve.
Some just forget that.
15-all.
Again, another unforced error. I feel there's a bit of tension creeping up.
Well, we saw it in the tiebreak in the second set.
Very true.
It means so much to him. It's not
15,
quite over.
30.
One more piece of inspiration from the Frenchman. Could still have a match on her hands. And that was it. Well constructed rally.
15-40.
And at the 12th hour, he's just given himself, could it be the last chance? Again, the jump was more impressive than the shot.
Yeah, that's been the problem this afternoon. Some of the shot selections, and with this, I think is anything wrong with his left knee.
Still break point.
And Monfils.
No celebration. He's more concerned with his knee, but he's made a match of this third set now.
Hewitt leads 4-3 third set and by 2 sets to love.
And Hewitt is in the lead by 2 sets to love. But there are concerning signs about Leighton as he gets to the business end of each set. And 10 years ago, that was completely not the case.
No, situations like that, he would have closed it out much easier. But just watching the replay here, his left knee is starting to bother him now, though. I don't know whether it was the last slip or the jump. Something is not 100%. But talking about Leighton Hewitt, obviously he made 4 unforced errors to lose that service game. That's very uncharacteristic. That's the slip I was talking about.
Yeah, and that did put a lot of pressure on the left knee, didn't it?
Yeah, he slipped with the right. He had to hold all his weight on the left knee, and that was maybe a little too much. I hope not. I really hope they can continue. No, but talking about Leighton Hewitt, he hasn't been in situations like this for a long time, and you know it means so much to him. His whole family's here. It would be a great breakthrough, you know, to win this round and maybe, you know, go into the second week.
$15. $15.
Monfils is becoming even more unpredictable.
And everyone looking so closely at him. There's no celebration at the end of the last game. Moving a little gingerly.
All. 40-30.
But he's still got that mighty serve. 20 aces now.
Out.
Take Garner calling it out.
Monfils.
Hewitt has a look, but he's not going to react to it. And Monfils holds.
4 games all third set.
But interestingly, he didn't have to move too much in that game, Monfils. Now this will be a test here.
But he does bend down a lot on his serve, so that's a lot of pressure on his left knee right there. So overall, I don't think he's seriously injured. But Hewitt is under pressure now. He needs to deliver.
Love 15.
Another poor shot selection. What's going on? A few minutes ago, he was 2 sets to love up and 4-1. Cruising.
Well left. Hewitt's in trouble right now. Just at the moment, Monfils has got him on the ropes.
Love 30.
That's the beauty about this sport of ours. You never know. It's man against man. Anything can happen at any moment.
Fine shot.
$15-30. All.
Chance there. Monfils muttering away. Can't get that shot out of his system at the moment.
And it wasn't actually too bad of a language, so it's...
He's made it. What What a rally from Gael Monfils. No problem with his movement there. And when he pulled the trigger, he got the target.
Hewitt was
30-40.
Leighton was caught in no man's land and made a mistake of stepping actually back and not moving forwards to the net, giving Monfils all the openings, and you can hear a loud alley.
His break point.
Monfils is challenging the call on the right.
I think it was all right.
Sideline. Ball was called in.
It's a pretty important challenge. Interesting, Monfils nearly doing the splits there. I think he's been warned off doing that because it's caused so many problems. Yeah. Comfortably in.
Deuce.
And well played, Hewitt.
And Monfils just
Monfils
wants
has
to
2 challenges remaining.
make a point that Leighton Hewitt was maybe lucky on that smash.
That was weak.
Advantage, Hewitt.
Just when he'd been playing so well. And I think Hewitt needs his fanatics right now. Trouble.
Hewitt leads 5-4, third set, and by 2 sets to love. Time.
So Gael Monfils going out after 6 minutes over 2 hours we've been going. Serving to stay in this match.
And this man is 4 points away from victory.
Seats, please. Thank you. Love 15.
Still a rare mixture, isn't he, Monfils? He's playing some of his best rallies in the last 20 minutes, half an hour, and still there are shots like that.
Correct. His shot selection needs to improve.
credit Monfils, that was some move. But a great flick high up from Hewitt.
Love 30.
And then that.
That wasn't easy at all because Hewitt had to slide at the net, putting more pressure on his right hip. But he held up and on the point. 2 more points. One more point.
So what's he got in store for us now, Monfils?
Thank you. Yeah, in the set match, Hewitt.
Paid any like that. But that's a considerable victory for Lleyton Hewitt.
6-4.
Still some way to go before he gets back to near his best. And there's no doubt there was a certain amount of uncertainty at the end of the second set and a little bit at the end of the third, but he got the job done.
Well, that's the key. You know, we all expected a long and entertaining match. Lleyton Hewitt winning straight sets is a bit of a surprise. I expected at least a 4-setter, but you know, credit to Lleyton. He's been very solid and he deserved victory.
Disappointment for Monfils. He's obviously struggling with the knee, and we wish him well. He is such an entertaining character, but he was comfortably second best this afternoon. And Hewitt's record here at Wimbledon continues. Five times he's been in the quarter-final, and of course the champion here in 2002. And he still believes there's at least one more massive day ahead.
He has gained a strong support over the years. Got his own fan club traveling with him, and he's well respected.
And a happy wife too. And as you say, Boris, that matters.
Happy wife means happy life. I found that out.
You're a good boy, Boris, now. But the stats look good for Lleyton Hewitt. And he's come through without too many problems. 6-3, 7-6, 6-4, and Lleyton is now courtside with Selina Hinchcliffe.
Congratulations, Lleyton. Did you expect this match to be tighter than straight sets?
Oh, I was predicting, it's going to be a very tough match out there. I've lost the last couple of times to Gael, and he's a tremendous athlete and obviously got a really big serve out there, so it was always going to be tough. And the second set tiebreak was huge for me to get out of it. We both had our opportunities in that breaker, and I was able to pull through, but it still could have gone either way in the third set too.
But you're looking very comfortable. How much confidence did that win in Halle against Roger Federer give you?
Yeah, it was great. It was perfect timing coming into Wimbledon, but as soon as you get to this tournament, it all starts again. You can't take anything for granted, and it gives me a lot of confidence to know that I'm playing well on this surface, but you just got to take one match at a time.
You face Novak Djokovic in the next round. I just spoke to him. He told me he wants to get revenge for Australia knocking out Serbia in the World Cup.
Yeah, well, Australia knocked them out, but we couldn't progress either. So Novak and I have had some tough matches in the past, and it's going to be a good one.
Thanks, Lleyton.
Thank you. Cheers.
Lleyton Hewitt always a very popular winner here, though a lot of people have been sad to have seen Gael Monfils go out there. He has had a few knee problems this year. Hopefully he'll be back to full fitness before long, but Lleyton Hewitt progresses. He's through to round 4.